Hi everyone. Welcome another week of Light Languages and Collective Healing Intentions. I'm Ismael Rodriguez and I'm surrounded here by beautiful, beautiful souls. El, Wesley, and Sister Melissa. Tu, Kuatanaka, Tish, Annaka. We are going to start by doing some light languages to clear the space and to protect the space. And just after that, we are going to set some intentions. If you haven't grounded yet, please do that because we are going to go straight to the intentions today. And so yes, take this opportunity whilst we do the blessings to do any grounding exercise that you can. Anel, if you want to start with the blessings, Chushuaka.
Yeah, okay. Boya sigaku hashiyama hashuria siaturia sakai sono no debeshiki atutaria siko to de shayu turia siki. Otarabashaki atu. Doshanamo katira koto no mashia tutaria sa yeseno moshiki atudashiki. Oshakaria potaria sika da kotoria da. Tashukuto to de shiki. Atoto basha hashakutoria shika ha shi ha. Dotare shiki atotare shika yosutaria suturia sututaria siki. Thank you.
Thank you. And now it's Wesley.
Thanks, Al. That was cool. Kiasata suma manki ya ua o ata e aka e akua ta ko sai ya ua ta maua ki ya ua su aka e aki aku tu 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 ba 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 ye ya kumbu aka kini ya ua o sa e awa ua ta Otata e awata muakane e ahuta. Osana e awa otata masikini e. Masini e ya kutu tu 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 tu. Tu 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 tu. Tu 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 tu. Tu 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 tu. Tu 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 tu. Usatata ia wa huata kini ia mama ya suku ia wa muakata ia wa ota ia wa otata ia wa ta masakini ia mini ia ota ia wa ota batata otata tu 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 Fayawaka tayoku ki aikini ya mauta ya wa muakate ya wa oyo Pawata kini ya wa wota ta na yuwa mustuku tu Pawaki ko tayo muwaka mashane ya wa wota ta ya wa ya puwa kiya wota mayuwaka na kini ya Masu wakataki tu pata tu tu ukiyo uwaka Pusakata Iawa Uma Mamashina Mahua Yakata Kusana Saya Otata Makanani Makani ye hu boa kaya mua 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 Paya katua sakiyawaya kaniya muaka. Thanks very much. Shiniyawa kuwa miyukuwa koyawa. Keep going. Sinuwata kunuwaka. Thank you.
Pachuaca. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Nice, Melissa.
Thank you, guys. That was beautiful. Arisha komare te ano tokore ti tia manata shokoro to te manati aro shoka no toyo rapati shiki tia manata yoko payanata Iarosho tataya mananata yarosho kopaya no toya mananata yaropa. Iakoro toto yarishi kitia manato retitia manata shoko mananata. Iako mananati yarosho kopaya niti yaropaya no tosho kotia retia manata. Iokoro toto toyo rishi tia natora manata tio kotoya manata tio kopa. Iako shokotia manatia roshata yitia maroshoto yamanata shokopaya. Iara shokoya manatia roshaka. Ia natasha kiminitia roto yamanadatia rotia natia rashititia manatotio manatio kopa. Iarosho koro tutu yabaya pirotata. Iarosho kopaya netisha kaya kopaya no toto yorosho. Ia natasha kapaya no to yorotata. Ia natasha kumare nitia rasha katia mokoro tutaya natia mokoshuka. Ia rasha tia manatoto ia retia manata. Ako roto ya manetia shakatio noto ya ratetia manata shokopaya ia rosho. Iki ya manoto apayoko akia roto ya natasha kia manatayo roto tia manata shakatio moto ya rata. Ia roto tu ya manatati ya rosho koro to te ya maniti ya rasha tapio kopa. I koro shoto te manata koro manata shiki natayo monoto ya. Thank you.
Thank you. Hatashuka tushana. Akukua tata kata. Ote takuaka. Satukuana kata. Ikakutuna. Akanto annaika. Hone isak otantaikan. Hikantakun. Heikaukun taikan ishak auko. Hatain te sante yoko mana. Hike nara kwantaishan. Ene takakunta kakatash oko aka. Hekatuaka. Shinakuaka. Takakuatana. Tatukuasha. Hatutuasha. Thank you. Thank you very much. And let's start with the blessings. If you want to start, Melissa, because you have something, some intentions there to set. Chushuaka.
How will I word it? Just I don't know, send health to my son, and protection, and for clearing my energy in my space, in my auric field of anything that is not of unconditional love and light. And yeah, just protection for my home and my family and all my loved ones and everybody and the collective. And strength to deal with changes, with all the changes that are happening. I've been feeling a lot of pressure in my throat chakra recently, so I would like that to be cleared a little bit too. And for the collective, just to send them all love and strength and healing and protection on their journey as well, and just to show them gratitude for everything that they're doing, because whatever everybody's doing, it's working, and we should just keep doing what we're doing, no matter what the distractions are. Yeah.
Thank you, love. Thank you.
Thank
Now it's Wesley.
Thanks. I would like, for myself, release anything that's not of me to bring me to my full potential. Release any energies that are holding me back. And in my field, release anything that's not of vibration quality to me, that or even outdated programs that are running to what I am, or this or that or whatever. Siniwata, kuyawa, shaniwa, atua, and sikinikua, shikuiwa, tua, teniwata. Just step deeper into my own suniwaka tuwaka path of self-realization. Shini ku kiki kutua. And thanks very much. And thanks everybody who's here. And thanks Ishmael. And the other one is for the collective. I want to send a big, huge wave of love across the planet. Love and light and understanding for everything that's going on. And I wanted it to hit me. I wanted it to hit me, actually. So send it out. Shukutu watata husata yawa kaniwa. And recognize that, because I even noticed from some Ishmael's messages, and that's all about the love. So for the planet, send out a big wave of love across the planet and beyond, and many systems, star systems, to wake up, so that we can receive the help that we need for ourselves to wake up as well, on many stations, realizations, and all that jazz. So thanks very much. And Samoa kata kuyawata. Thank you. Uka yawata. Noyawata.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
And now Isel.
Yeah, I'm loving these intentions already. I'm open to these. Okay, so my intention today for myself and anybody else that's interested in that is to invite more a stronger presence of the 5D and above frequencies into my physical form. I wish to feel it more again. I really want to feel it more. I was channeling 2 years ago the breaking of the dam, and it was from Lord of the Rings during the war, and we just had the breaking of the dam in Ukraine, and it just brought back that memory of that channeling, and it was a really beautiful meaning. And when the dam breaks, we need to get to higher ground, and I feel this is just that push that we needed to just push into the 5th dimension on Earth fully. And so I just want support with these frequencies to feel that I am in the 5th dimension when I'm in my heart. As for the collective, I really want that love wave as well to hit the collective, and as well as the light of truth for people to trust and really invite truth to come back into Gaia at this time and not fear it.
Thank you, Al. Yeah, sushaka tus akuaka tas isana etiti wanaka tos akuwanta isha ahuwanatika waka. I'm also so in tune with everything that you have been saying. Chishakuwataka tachusha ekakutana hautu takawaka ekikawanata shakukutun tukuwata. So I want to ask for support in also that connection that we are having with our higher selves, with all the love from our guides, with all the tools that we have been sort of remembering in the last decade. I want to create a stronger connection with that, and receive also support with the massive changes that we are experiencing. All these things from the past that they are coming to the surface. Yeah, I want love and support for that. And for the collective, the same. And also receive love so that we can discern how important is to do things like grounding every day. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted today to bring this to mind to everyone who might see this video, might receive these messages. Let's start doing that grounding in nature. It's very important that we start creating some sort of discipline with going into nature and connecting to nature in these times that we are living. From time to time, a grounding meditation is not going to do any harm, but I've been guided to tell to everyone to start doing it more, that in public. So take some time maybe when you watch a video like this to do a grounding if you want, but if you can go and do grounding before you come to the group, that will be even better. So yes, a lot of things are going through, a lot of things are changing, a lot of things are flowing. So we need to help that process, and we do that by connecting to Earth. And we have a beautiful, beautiful planet out there that we need to start having more connection to. And when we do that, we need to do it consciously, with full awareness. All these things that we've been doing in the past 3-4 years as an exercise for grounding, do it when you are there on the land. Send anything that you don't like, anything that is stopping you from getting somewhere, anything, send it to the planet. Send it to the planet and let and release that energy to go barefoot, shanakuwata, to the ground. And if you are lucky enough to live in a place where it's sunny, connect to the sun when you are doing that. And even if it's cloudy, know that the sun is behind those clouds. So just connect with it as well. Hatuanata, you will be getting there. And the energy. So yeah, these are my intentions, and Hatukatuana, and always infinite love and light to the planet, so that more brothers and sisters can also understand what unconditional love is. We start sharing it with each other. Hatukuata, shukuata, tishawanata. So yeah, these are my intentions. Takuata. So whenever you like, you can activate your microphones. If you want to join the transmission, please do. You can play instruments. If you are at home watching this video, also take this opportunity to ask for anything that you want for you or for your family, for humanity. And if you want to participate and join us in the transmission, please do. Wherever you are and whenever you watch the video, is going to be effective. So trust, have faith, and put all your love in this. Tatukus and nakato, taichuku kotu tuana. So whenever you like, guys, takuasha, tuku, tutu, taku, tasha. Gratitude, infinite gratitude. Shaka kuta, shatuasha. Tasha toako, kata kuata. Kutu tukuapa, shaka kuacha tatikama. Tu shakana tukata, chukata akuaka. Shana. Shana kuata. Utana kata chukuto tuata. Tukata tukush daka. Kutoto shatu kucho tushua. Washa. Tukushu shushuanaka. Shashanaku shashakuaka.
Ushukaya matora patia nata shukopa ya koro tote yamanata uto yamanata. Ia koro tote yamanata shukopa ya notoyo rotate ya nata shukopa ya notoyo mananata. Ia roshakaya notoya manata yokopa ya notosho koro tote ya neti ya morota ya nata. Oro toro 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 ti arosha kapi no toyo manata yoko payanata shoko iarini ti amara shoko rapati anata shoko pa ianata yoko toya manati aroshoko manati kopa yoko rototo yoro toto ya papa no toto te apata te yoro tapa. Iki aro shoko mananati arata tia monoto shokoto ya paya keti no to ya makayo ko shokotia. Ia koro to ya pako shoko paya kopa. Ia rasha tatia manati o ko shokoto ya manata shakayo porata. Ia roti ya manata yo ko shoko manata. Ia ro shokoto ya manata ko shoko. Ia rasha tatia manata koso koto te natasha katia rasha kora pataya no toyo ratata. Ia natasha komara shata ti orosho komanata. Ako komanata kopaya koro tote iki koro tote papayo koro tote natasha no to yoru. Iaro mata tatia totoya ora tatia natashokopa. Iara tatia papa kuru tatia kupa koto tatia pakashoko kupa kokoya tatia moros kapayo kotaya mana aku.
Oye, tu koto de así, a tu tarea shakati de koto de asa, ki a tu tarea se, ki a tu tarea se, ki tu koto de asa, soya, musiki, tarea, soria, sa. Asha koto de bashia tutoria, si a katiketo koto na mashia, taya, soria, si erasia, ushana makatira koto de pani, amonimo, shia, te kayo, toria, si katakonma, ya soria, saya, toi. Moshana makatir kotore bashiatare sore si koteka mashaka kia tutare ser kotoya sa moshana makatir kotoya si do tarakate kata kotora mashiki
Waka kuhata kutaka kutuak akutuana, tatuta kakukuanta, shakakuta ikakuaka, asukuata choso toaka, anakuanata sakuaka, sekichunaka, kutaka, kuta sheka kutua, shanakua, hanatukuaka, hatuana, shinika unta, hanaku ukutu osaka inta, hisheshaku kuata, kansaka, tunsishna, kakuta, cha, hua.
Shanatua kata, kia wahuata, muaki ya ua, uaki ni ya maya, maua, iya saya kuta ya maua, maua saya matua kata kia ya ua, o saya maya ya ua. Ua, o kawaia, ua. Musaka ta 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 tu 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 ba 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 ya yo 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 wow 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 yo 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 bawa ta matia.
Eka koto tere shiki, ato tere shi, ato tere shikate koto tere shikato kote kate kato shikata yesu tere shikato koto shau.
Pushpa maritia, no to shakata tia monoto yorocha tatia patia raskuto to ya patia roshoka to yonata yorota. Iako tatia apa yonoto tia roshoka to manata to yoropata yokora patatiara. Iako kupa tutu tia ripatatia mo. Ora tia mata shokoman komanata. Ay, no tuyo kuro kopaya kuro kopa. Ay, manatu kuro tiana iti. Ako reti manashu mata. Iyo komane tiaru.
Yana wata. Katuhoto no kutu sana.
Tuyo komana tiyo kura paya tiyo tiana teshu kopaya. Iaro kopa. Iya kura tiama.
Kuntara tatunaka. Tusanaka tuna.
Ayo
Matatana.
Nisuko tere sa moshi atu tere shikari atu shikikiki atu. Taka tiga tu shikata. Kiko takara shaki. Tako takara shiko.
Kuma kanatu matata tukumatacha.
Masta tu 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 Maya ko tu 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 tu
Makata tukutana. This hakuma.
Oshira makiki atu tere shiki atmosaka tokotana mashaka yasi atu yasi akaha shukota yasi. More mashakari yasu resari yasu de moshayeta yasu. Bashara mokotori yasaki atara boshi atara moshiki. Deiro kotori yasaki atari yoto no moshiete. Dore sa yasi.
Shatu tatu baba biu akatu akua sawahi akati ki te tu 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 ma ku she shu akatai ki ko ku tu 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 bai mai ku saya o aya mai ku Ma tu 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 Vaya kuma ue
Sanaka.
muaka nai
Chukumata. Tumaka. Tusun tukua. Tanaku tun tukua. Tatu tuaka.
Yamana Otayara Shakayo Kopayo Roto Yamana Otayanota Iaru Yamanani Tiaro Shoko Payo Kora Taya Rotaya Payo Toyoro Shokoyama Iakura Yanatia Shoko Mananatia Rasha Toyoka Otoyorata Iakura Tatiati Yoroshuku payo kura mananetiara. Iara shayo kura papayo noto yoreti nitia makasho kureta. Ianata shokotia manatia roshuko toyo manatia kia roshuko payo nitia rotoya. Ia koro shoko tia manitia kora payo noto shokotia nata yo koro totia nata. Ia rosho Yamanati arasha tatia noto yorapa. Ia kosho noto yorote maniti arasha katia noto yoroto tayareti anata. Ao kosho kodon, it's time to release all the weight off your shoulders. You're meant to be light and free. Atio kosho kore piananata yo kora manati arasho koto yamaniti arosho to yamanata. Release what's no longer serving you. Atio Totea Manatia Rotayana, send it into God's light. Atio Kuro Totea Manata Yokoshu Kote Natata. Ia Rosho Kotono Toyo Notoya Rasha Kiti Anata Yokomanata. It is no longer needed. Akuro Shokoti Anata Yokoto Yamanata. You cannot carry it with you. Akusho koti amanati okomanata tiaroto yomanata rotaya. Ayokoti anata tiamanato sukote. Akoto yopeanati okoshuko mananata. Be free. Akoto manata yokonoto yorashatatata. It is your birth. Ako payokoshu koti manatia koto yorashatatia manat koratayana. Ayonoto yamanata yokoshu konoto yanata. Iakoto yanata yonoto shukoto yanata to. Akoto to yapaka. Akoto ako kwa kapiana titi to yamanata tiorosho koto. Ayokono to yorosho kape kukope yaniti tate manata. Ianoto kumani. Okay.
Harakatusha aka pukanaka tuz ishana iyanak una aha ukuaka ekatush ana iniyaka usu es ishua hana aseshi anaka asishana anaru akate sesatara okota aneta tarawaka eneraka saishak ahuhana Shinakwama Shatushana.
Oh, kasha roto ya te rota ko ya ta bayano ia roto te koman ia kosho kono ya mana ia kora te ara shokopa ia nata shokopa ya ni ia rosho kopa ya ni ia rapa I ko yo no tai rosha kai no to ya mana te rosho Ia na tosho ko manata kura ia no tosho ko ia mana tosho ko pa ia kini kia moro shaka kia monoto ya kia
Anakusana Huta Ena Upa Isakuaha na Huta Shikau Undukush Aya Kauna Ekau Hutose Ishaka Rakuta Haranakute Shikaguruna Hadurutu Shaka Hanarao Hinaku Hutu Shaka Unaka Shinya Hutu Sana.
Okay, shukraman.
Shawata Hu Hopatai ti ika oka na shukuta naka ita ato sa shika ota teokucha isana oka tosa uno shu uku shuku waka tanakuko tusha.
Poesia kutore saya sota yesu kutu darbashita namoshiki atuda shahya tota hashakati atoto darbashaka atotara kehi atota yesekototara sheka katoto robashiki atoto dashaka botara basheta ashakoto ashakatoko darabashakiata asanamoshiki ato ashako apakoto botara basheta utarbashi Asokoto tarabashaka, do tarabashikia alsi, boto tarabashikia tore bashiatare, sore si, no shekapakatira kotore bashiaka, asekoto da bashiatare so, ashekotore bashiatare si etu da bashiki, moshera makatare so, ashakatira koto.
Atta uppa tupapa huhupata ta tupapa chupapa tukupapa tishtala akupapa tishtata papa tita ta papa tita ta ta ti 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 Shawapaka kukua gatua patukupa shite chishapapata uku shata ona uka utashua tukua katobusha tukuasa uto chata tu sitia papaka chukuta upaka ara upacha uchana papachaka upacha uta chika baba chukuata chika baba baku chukupacha denicha ana uka Nini yakuwaka acha tuma te shishana ojototo ne kata no tane kakutana shinyana kawanata ocha chakupata wakana nene ke kupanata akutana tota tika mama matata.
Kuatata, kutatu, kayako, tatatu, tu, 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 tatatu, tu, 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 tu. Patatu, tu, 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 tatatu, tu, 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 tu. Patatu, tu, 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 tu. Makani, yaku, atuata. Pawayo, yuwa, kuatata, osaya, wata, ukaya, kuwa.
Jawa ma Jawa.
Matakuya, wa.
Chachamba chuka chumachana mama kumachana kumani nyamwa kuama kumata mata wa
Patata,
chakupa chisha
makata, ayawa.
achuata tukuata hara nukuara takuara tatatataisha shukupaka
Samata wa iyakuwa iyawayo wayo wayo suwayo wa mayo wayo
mama mama tata tu tana chupa chisha
ketututuwa
sha
ayikuwa
hara chisha tu sha kuka kutana tikana mama oh that's what Enete hakua tacho chana kucha makakuchu chuchuno chuchunak oruch.
tuka iyawa uyawa iyawa
Kawakata. Anawaka.
iyawa iyawa uwa iyawa
Nachucha. Tukwasha. Chaku. Mata.
matu wakatikiwa suwaye matua
Chukacha. Tushanaka achusha. Arucha.
Shashua.
Huvapa, chuchi chapa. Hocho, titata kuchututu.
Kututuiota. Suwatatua.
Harapa chupa, chupa chitasha. Ta
Kawaya.
kushu shushupa.
Yokata. Kututuiata. Muwaya.
Ananu sha ota. Shishi sitaku. Hachasha. Ochisha.
Oh, saya kututua kataka. May kutuwika. Yawa. Baba.
Na uona. Takuana.
Tuya seka tuya shikeki ho ya pakati kete koto shikapakati shikatamani.
Baba supa. Chapa. Chupata. Chusha.
Koto koto sha atu apati kete koto.
Sukadi kutukutaki yawa. Kutuwaka.
Nama baba ikawa. Tarawa kata. Shuko shane kasa papaka chuchi shana.
Mo shikapakato shayo to takati kete koto shapati koto shayo tsuta to tara shiki.
Hati yapa. Osha. Okosha. Kudasha. Ako shushu kuasha. Dija wa. Uru. Shisha. Anarukusha. Da kusha. Daka. Asushita. Akurusha. Sha. Kusha.
Moshira magia toda shiki a toda boshia tutare shika esoro sharia sahi sharoria siki a toda moshakari siko ria pakatira kotoria siata a toda moshaki a tura shika a sakoto tarabashia moshaka doria satia toda moshaki a sato tarabasheki a moshakadaka tuda patishiki kiki
Yapa. Waka. Turuwakata. Turukuata. Turukuaka. Tatu shaka. Uchana kubata. Huwaka. Hawaka. Uwanaka. Uchanaka.
Wata wanta
Akuntanaka.
makatakuta yakatawa.
Waka. Watana. Uwaka.
Oshaya yota. Moa yakoa. Tuayota. Usawa. Diyamawa. Mayakaya. Kuaya oaya. Oaya. Suakawa oaya. Mu. Waya oaya ota.
Tushanakata. Otikamata.
Ota.
Ayo mare ya mare shotayo kore piana te shukayo kore tayana ta shukoma na neti arata. Ayo kore tayani tiara shakia totayaro shokatea payo kopayo koro totea manana tayara shat. Iaro shokore ni tiaro shatatia motia moya. Iara tia kupoya tia reshe tia kore tia makoro toyoro shata. Ia kore pia na kishuka. Ia rosho kore mene tia reshe kita tia bako. Ia resha tia mokore tia natasho kopa. Ia resha tia po kia. Ayo noto ye tia masha. Tia kuma. Ia kore tia mane tia resha kore ti a kore manata. Ia rati a shokia manoto ko shakati moka. Ia rashayo kore tia. Ayo kore payo noto shokoro to yamanatia rasha. Ako tia pakata yoko. Ato tia pakuto tia rishitapa. Ato tia pakati orosho. Ati tia rosho kopa koro tia paka. Ia kashaki papayo no toyo rosho kotoyo manada tiara. Ia rasho koro tayana tayo korata. Ayumoro tatiana tashokobaya. Akore piana tiara shatio kukuru toyomana. Ako shota.
Shawata suaka maya wa hoa. Suaka maya wa hoa ye ye yama. Ma wa ye wa hoa ye wa huata. Huata yamata huata yamata. Ma wa sa uaka na yawa huata. Huata. Osana kia wa uye ya uye ya mama hutata iya kata kuya mahu. Hosua saya maya kuata iya wa. Na mata kuata iya wa hua kai.
Oshinamakiato, shikiato, shikiato, yasakia, moya, haya, haya, hai. Hey, ahoy, hey, ahoy, hey, ahoy, ahoy, ahoy.
Aua shatia moko payani tiara shatia koshona tiara tatia urosho kumanata. Ayokura shatia natayokoma. Ayonotoya reshakati amonoti arosha tati amokayo kuro toya reshiniti arotoya ratia reshakayo kupa ia natia koshokoma neniti arashatia notoya pakia aro notoya shokoma natia kama ia roshokoma nitia roshokopa tia kuro tura tia reshaka Iaro no toyo reba shikia mukoriti. Ia kayo ko akia no tosho kaya baya no toyo rota tia no tasho kuba. Akora to tema.
Moshe age hosha hari atsuka e hui makiatu tareshiki. Atotarasha yatu yasenamashiku yesi. Mona makotori sahasha koto tabashiki. Asokoto tabashaya satori si karamoshaka. Asore si rasari si. Ashoro yasi akari mosaki atu. Baterbo shikari asuri yasaka. Ashakotora mashakiato, Bariasako tuda bashiki, Asakotore bashariatsu, Ashakotore atsariatsu, Ashiatoda bashiki atara moshariasi akariatu, Boda mashaka, Usada bashaki atana moshariati.
Kiasata suaka na maya ua iya ua. Osa ama osa mea ua. Maya kaya ua mukoa. Mukoa iya wa uka iya ama ua kai. Mbatu wa iya ua ya watamu wa uta. Uata iya wa uata iya wa.
Awaba kushak, harushak, atukwak, arak, wak, aku, ustak,
Wata.
sa,
Sama
kurak, hika,
masakuyo wa.
ukwak, shikaku, tupakokot,
Buaka iya tahu sayo. Shukue
tuwaka,
ua.
pisaku, tua,
Matata tu ya tata tu tata.
otaku, pisaku, kana, tana, tusaka, pisana, atuku, to taita chita tu kuacha.
Chuya tuya tawa. Uya goya wa oya wata. Kutuya wa.
Ya waka chokuacha uchokuacha na uchochika utea chukuchisata.
Uya wata wa.
Waka chawata.
Uya wata.
Usha uwaka uchisha utoshaka wata. Wa cha. Wata uba chukua tishe shekwa
Sunuayata.
torunta uhuaka.
Batuwaka hayawata.
Coba duishi sha uwa shana
Hayawata.
tina ukua tara tutusu tua ra ta na ra takuta sha
Shanaku yawata. Miyawa. Woyawata.
waka tau jana tusuku tana jana rukua.
Wata wota woyawata. Sukuwa. Miya.
Suwa wata sha
Masata koto tarasha to tarasha ye tota asha atota shike atota esh et ut ash atotot ash et utota at ot but at it ash ot ash at ut but it
Tosha Nuruha Narosha de Kuhara Surufaka Nuruwaka Siria Urua Shara Uishawa Nika Awaka Dakuwaka Sarakuwaka Naruwaka.
Rutata osata hiakata kunuwayawa. Mauata kiaya oyawa oa. Saua kia koa kia mauayawa oa. Oyawa. Awatoa maya.
Watawu mahatawu tanahu matahe nahae takuwakaho. Ena kahu taranahu mahete humae. Ehe kau makae shakau nakae shanam. Haranae te kau tanahe te tau. Jakuata. Jako choa.
Kayawata tua kataka. Shani wa tua.
Choa.
Pasa kiti. Kiti. Matata.
Chichawa. Chua. Haru tushun tututun tuishin tanara tantun tate tantun tare titen tantun tuturuishin tarakan turuma. Uruba, shika, kuturui. Katanuruba, taruku kuata. Sachusha, takuaka.
Bata.
Tumbata. Jua.
Kotaiga.
Huru kua naraga tuturuisha.
Mata tutuayata.
Shisha waka tuturuyaka.
Koya wakata ko kia kataka. Kota kia kataka.
Waraba, shuaka, tosha, kuchosho, uma, aruaka. Chushu, chushana, tika, urukuaka.
Mauata ya koya wata.
Jushu ashe, sa, susha.
Shaya wata.
Iya, tutuata, shiwa. Chashuma, chashata, wata.
Suakaya. Nuaya. Makua. tua, kia, tua, tua, mia, kui.
小啊，哇呀呀，哇爸爸救啊，救几谁下我嘎，哇哇哇哇，牛啊找我找我找我，
Yuata, ota, tata, wayata. Wata, wayata.
喂喂喂喂喂喂，小爸爸爸一休我去好下，啊，我都傻，
Tsui wata.
小啊，路过啊，谢谢谢谢，我
Mawata. Koto wayata.
打住下，打住下。
Mawasatu wata, tata, wata.
哇达乌哇哎呀呼哇卡达乌哇小哇猪哇达猪猪猪猪猪咕些哒哒，
Tu wata, tata, tata, tu, wayakatu, wayapa. Neo wayawata.
小哇达嘟噜呀，啊达嘟噜哇，
Mut. Wayawata.
猪噜哇，谢谢啦，达达哇卡，你西家我都弄抓，五姑乌扎哇，第几下姑姑下，妈妈妈就谢谢哈姑啊，大姑大猪多谢。
Osu watata, oyo watata. No wayawaka.
Kushere ni tia tuto ya paki okuru tuto ya roshi tia kati orasha tia okopa okoko ya pari tia tu shokupa ya tia roto ya manata. Aro tia okoto to ya reshi ki. Pokoresha katia paka yo tuto ya rosha kaya no tasha ki tia monoti arati tia rosha ya ni tia rashata. Ia ko shukatia manati ara ko kopa. Iki aru shukotia manati o kore ti kato. Ati o koto te apako re ti o. Ako ko. Akishitati o monotorio ko baye ki anoto shukatati o ko paye ni ti aro shoto yamanata. Aroto ya kaya ko shakati ya ko papa ya ko roto to ya riti ya tasho kaya moko te arata. Ayoko to ya pa ya kati orosho ko pa ya pa ki orosho ko roto te ya orosho ko pa ya ko tia totoria. Ayoko to ya ni tia roko te ya. Ayoko te ya manu te ya ko to ya toto ya orosho ko tati ya manata ko pa ya ki rashata. Aku manini tiaro.
Shuwaka, shuwaka, tuwaka, na chista, oruwa, anika, nusa, iyana, uhuaka, dosa, ukwa, huruwa, chapta, shishi, cha, arukusha. Yama, aharu, eseshi, isara. Nesesi, isaru, ana, esese, esira. Haratu, sinek, ikiana.
Satasu, sani, muaya, huaya, otata, uwata. Otata, eawa, uaya, wata. Mawaka. Wata. Mawata, eawata, uaya, wata, kia, wata. Kia wa, eawa, uaya, eawa. Uaya, uaya. Muakatakia wata uatai. Muakatia kata uaiawa. Muakaia wa uaiawa. Muakaia wa uaiawa. Matatu watakia wahu ai wata wahu atai aku wahu.
Usa, uusua, ta, ule, ta, ik, ahuko. katis iku takatuch ana karu ise shaguk ana itika sak kura. Araku shista utete shistata uru araku shishara narakuta isi shishua ina ubaba. Awesome. Shawaka utoata. Feeling much lighter. Hatuana tikawa. Iseo gota anere kiwoko. Tikuaka tatuana. So many beings. Uaka taku tuana. Joining us. Taku tara. Tushikawaka. And with Melissa, tahu akati shahwata. I had a vision of they were like placing columns, like in a temple, all around you, around you and Jack, Heti Kawaka, and the columns they became angels. Takutish and Nakatun Tawata, and they told me we will be here, Tukuata at all time, Tarukuata Tiyurumaka, Seniukuntana. Hikaraka tush anatis ita hotontutaka tialana tuana. Seriana, there is no spell. Tiaka kuntana. Sikaruaka tasa tukuntutuntiana. Tahumana tisana. They only say that as you are so bright, as you are so such a huge light in the creation, a lot of beings are going to see that light, Akwanta, and they're going to you. Hatika nutata nuana. Esana turu nak aru hatauta. Esekete shakota taunata. Just be the light and raise your vibrations. Eneka arakoto takaot. Esekitana. Taruta shete kitana. Hakua. How was for you guys? Wesley, Hatua.
Oh, I found it, like I found the energies like it was very different. Very, very different. Not as, I suppose for me, I'd say I was just releasing because I could feel a lot of tears coming out of my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And I noticed I was having a lot of visions. I went into a vision at one stage, and it was like this woman was there, an older lady. She was wearing a kind of a green garment, like clothes, with kind of red, they look like little red crosses on them. And I don't know, there was somebody else as well. It was like super vivid, and I was like, I just took myself out of it. I was like, whoa. That's what I was like, whoa, what just happened there? It was there, and it was actually there in the whatever it was, vision, like, whoa. Just came back out of it, which is crazy. A lot of that was kind of dropping through. A lot of different things like that, a lot of visions. Yeah, it was different, definitely different. The energy didn't seem to be as, I'd say just seems to be just releasing it. So it's releasing.
Yeah. They've been assisting on that a lot because we are all sort of overcharged. We are experiencing so many things in such a little time. And then they've been there, just like answering our intention. Tatuishana otawata, isa watana wata, hakutan tawata. They also told me you can do, if you have a place to go also in nature after your light languages groups, please do. It will sort of help a lot with the flowing and the cleansing and everything. Katuarata kuta iwata. Shishawata sawanata. Sometimes I go straight to bed. Sometimes I just do something else. I have dinner or something like that. And they've been telling me lately to don't go straight to bed. Just go to nature again. Kawadata. Yeah, be barefoot and let all the energies keep circulating through you, and then you will see how the whole process is more sort of complete. Shawanata, a much greater. Taruwaka, taruwata, sika wotuara, chisha, tikawata. Also, they say that it will help to don't close the experience, to don't shut the experience, so that we continue this feeling for much longer. Nirikaru kuata, ikataturu kuata, shikakuta nara, heti urumaka, tas aru kata. And I've been feeling the tribes also, dancing around fire, hato, to, toshaku, tuana, doing gatherings like El said in the beginning about doing a light language gathering, so part of our essence were in some dimensional place gathering and doing a dance around the fire. Teruaka toru shanakaru tuta eketako tatutisha akua sasua. Yeah, El, how was for you?
Yeah, it was really good. I love the blessings. And then when we were doing the intentions, I felt a lot of emotion coming in. So I think we like hit the nail on the head there with collective and personal and what people are feeling. And going in there, I just felt a lot of God's energy, source energy, just saying like, all you have to do is be devoted and everything's going to be all right. And I think that's really the separation that we have on the planet right now, is just that loss of devotion to something that's so deep inside of all of us. So yeah, it was a really good vibe. I felt drawn to my flute majority of it, so I was miking because I know Zoom doesn't. You know what we should try one time, Ishmael? Are you on a computer?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so there's like an original sound for musicians, and if you push it on, it will pick up your voice and your drum, because I couldn't hear your drum at all, and I really wanted to. And then my flute, yeah, we could try that.
Now it's on. Yeah, we can try that, love. Yeah, thank you for saying. Because for some reason it turns off. I always click it on, but automatically it switch off. And yeah, sometimes I forget to turn it on. But yeah, you're right. Zoom has been improving things with the sound for musicians and for so yeah, and yeah,
does it work with the drum?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
With everything practically. I mean, every instrument I have here, it does work. From your side, El, I was feeling like a echo, like from the speakers. I could hear Brother Wesley's voice and my voice at some point, but I'm not sure if this is because of that or because maybe the speaker volume is a little bit too high. But this is really good, because if we tell to each other these things, we get there. We get to the to where we need to
Yeah, if I'm
have
on
the setup.
if I'm on Patreon and we have the original sound on, you hear the echoes too. So I don't know if it will work.
It's part of the. All right, I see. So the echo comes activates when we turn it on. I see.
Maybe the mic is too close to the speakers or something too. Then you hear everything, right?
Or maybe for music, it's better to wear headphones so that neutralize the whole sound around.
Okay.
And that's why musicians, when they are recording or doing something, they are also wearing headphones. Yeah, these things is about, that's the way we learn. And it's very good that we give feedback so that we can improve the sound.
Because I heard a lot of song, and I heard song and Wesley and you too, and I think if we could get the sound working good, then you can get all these light language singing together. Would be cool.
That would be awesome. These guys are so happy to hear that from you. El Tagututurmata celebration. Terikuata. Hiriniarakata tos akoak tos savana. Yeah, and this thing, what you said about changes and extreme experiences that we are having in the planet. And that's why sometimes it feels like we are having our powers also, or our gifts, a little bit sort of less connected. And it's because simultaneously we are experiencing stuff that we need to digest and also purge. And we are very capable to feel the collective energy. All the time. And this is why I find so important when we do these gatherings, because I'm aware that we do a lot of work for that. When we unite our forces, our powers, a lot is done in the planet. And obviously we benefit from it as well. Yeah, and it's not that hard to do it. It's a pleasure. And for you, Meli?
Yeah, it was beautiful. I did feel like it was very serious to begin with. Like we were releasing and purging quite a lot, and I felt like it was needed. I feel like since around about the full moon time, like my energies kind of like shifted, and I didn't really. It was like almost like I was like stuck. But I knew that there was a reason for it. Like there was like stuff that had to come up. And thank you for that description of the angels.
A pleasure, love. Pleasure.
I've seen it, like I see it from different perspectives, because although I feel like I've broken through quite a lot of my fears, and I kind of feel fearless at times, like obviously they're picking at the things that I haven't addressed, and I was just like, okay, right. So I've seen it from that kind of perspective as well.
There is not only one perspective, and that's why I love these gatherings also, because we put on the table many perspectives and different. I also feel a lot of resonance with us being through a situation where we are facing fears, and when we are facing fears, we are allowing also like a door for something to come in.
And
but
then
at the same time you are being light, a lot of light, so you are dealing with that, you are opening a door of fear, but you are a lighthouse. So for them it's so easy to see you both.
like just be getting like over this past 2 nights, like not tonight, but I just seem to be like clicking my fingers and I'm like knocked out, and I'm like, why does that keep on happening to me? I just keep on going like boom and I'm gone. But yeah, I get what Al was saying as well. There was a lot of source light coming through, and the devotion thing is a thing that I try to mostly do, but like there has been days where it's just been like a bit hectic and everything, but I try to like live my life in devotion, and I'm bringing more prayer into it. And it's funny how you said about grounding outside. Obviously, like I can't just wander outside into nature when my son's in bed, but I have been doing things outside. Like I got this prayer from Glastonbury. It's like a prayer to the Lady of Avalon, and it's like really good to do it outside, either first thing in the morning or at night time, and I feel that's like really quite effective. But yeah, I definitely have been feeling the call to, like, I did a breathwork session the other day, and immediately I was like, go outside, and so it has been, and it's been nice weather for
Yeah. That helps.
What we were talking about before we started recording, I pulled a card before we pulled it intentions. Well, I pulled 3 actually, but the first one that came out was like Bassett.
1 second, love. Like that. Bassett. Wow.
And
Teshuana. Protection. Wow.
Yeah. And I read it, and it says Bassett is the Egyptian goddess of protection, pleasure, and good health. Welcomes your presence with open arms. This goddess is a fierce deity that protectress of women and children. And then it goes, and then it, like, for their download, it says I am protected on all timelines. And then I got Mother Mary forgiveness.
Oh, yeah. We are doing that as well. Tawata, Tishavata.
The spider manifesting.
Spider Woman is manifesting. Wow. Tasuaka. What a combination. Utua. And we are doing that. Susha, Uaka, a lot in these days. Tanuana. Satutanaka, Tas Otaka.
We're doing it. And then towards the end of our transmission, I felt like you just brought more joy and laughter, and I got like kind of just like this voice in my head just saying like, remember to have fun, just like bring fun into your life, whatever you can do, like just bring that joyful playfulness. And I felt like it went from like really serious to like thing to like bring the joy back.
Yeah, I felt the same. Every time this is, I don't know, sometimes are the elementals, but sometimes are other beings also. They are not only elementals. Today I felt other beings who were not elementals, and they were bringing the same message. Have fun through it, because, wow, it can get tough. It can get, sometimes in the reality you live, things can get serious when things get tough. And they always remind us that we have also the power to ignite the laughter, and to ignite the joy, to do and move things and manifest and transform and transmute energies that they are dense. Tika wata, alchemists you are. Taneika wata. Esiyanatu anata. You truly can do anything you want. Faith, trust, grounding. Kateni shanuaka. Sishara toaka tusa she. Wa tawata. Those cards are amazing. Katuchanakata, Sototawata. Very, very, yeah. They really go here in my chest. And I really love them. The characters as well. Takuata, Sheshawata. Every word was so determined about the times we are living and what I've been experiencing in these last 2 weeks. Perfect. Thank you, Meli. Hatuacha, Chusha. Brother Wesley, what are you doing? Grounding? You go on the ground.
Whatever way, it just wants me to open up my body.
Yeah.
Whatever way, it's like, I just feel like I need to move.
Very good, brother. Yeah.
Working through like my whole
flexibility. Shuaka.
It's just it's looking to crack stuff open. Yeah.
And that is a result of all the stuff that we are processing. Ishawata. Sometimes they build up in our muscles. When we less expect it, we have a massive amount of tension in our whole back. Also, the dreams have been so vivid. And I've been waking up feeling like, Jesus Christ, I really need to go and take some air, because they were really, really hectic. A lot of work being done. Satushetes awaka. And in my birthday, I got this phone call from my sister Fatima, and she started talking about spirituality, SAT and Tawanata. So something opened up between us, a connection that I've been praying for ages. So I got one of the biggest presents I could get. And since then we have a very beautiful contact conversations about grounding, connecting with earth. She's very much into dancing and grounding, and combining both. And she's attending to gatherings with other people and doing it there in the outdoors, the Shako Tes Yaku. And then the same day in the afternoon, I had a call from my best friend from high school, and we spent like 6 hours talking as well. And he started talking about extraterrestrials and galactic beings. So two people that I usually don't have any conversation about what I do here in my groups, or what things we talk about, or what we deal every day and every week with for many years now. I have felt that like the universe sent me two very special souls. They show up that they mean the world to me as well. And to keep the stuff going and growing. So that gives me also a big sign of how many people are also awakening in the world. We might think that they are close, or that they might not be connected to what we do, but they are in many ways. They just need something, because my sister and I, we started talking about self-love like a year ago. We started talking about the importance of self-love. Mm-hmm. And then in my birthday, she told me, thanks to all our chats, I got to this sort of need to connect to earth, and needs to move my body, and needs to go beyond my thoughts. Imagine how I was. It's somebody from your, because all my brothers, they are like away, they don't connect to with me, Shete, Wata, and my sister, we always had connection, but we weren't talking about these things that we are talking now, and that feels great. And with my friend from high school, the same. Imagine suddenly you can talk about possible visits in the future from extraterrestrials and things like that, and things that he'd been so amazed all his life, but he couldn't find someone to talk to about these things neither. So in my birthday, he found out that he had a friend there who is really connected to this. So summarizing everything is gratitude, happiness, and also the understanding or trust, that we should bring some trust to ourselves, not only to ourselves but to others, that they are also going through the process, and when we less expect it, they are gonna surprise us. Shawata watate shuwata wata shikawata. It's so beautiful.
Where we came from as well, because like I think I did have like a spiritual side to me that I maybe lost and then re-remembered, but it was through me doing personal development and me doing something for myself and investing in myself and practicing self-love and changing my mindset like a bit. Like I went in through like a huge personal development thing, and that just gradually went into spirituality. And then I had dreams and I had experiences, and then so everybody got their own channel, their own way of like coming in, and then you start realizing that maybe you were spiritual in your childhood or in your past, and
all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. Maybe we were just not focusing on it. But inside we knew that, because that's why when the awakening came, or whenever you had that awakening, with me it was an illness that triggered the awakening. That's it. I had everything I really needed to start in my own everything. Tasua Shika Watati, and I realized that for many years I was gathering information, and then when the time came, I had everything needed. Shakute Savana, and from there it was just having experiences with archangels and entities. That was tough for me, because I had a very scientific mind at the time.
Yeah.
So for me it was tough to trust that, and then they had to show me that in my dreams, so that I could start believing more in them, because growing.
And then it's programmed with as well. When we grow up and all the movies and everything, we're meant to be scared of all these beings, and they're not of the light, and like you have to totally reprogram your mind from what you've been brought up with to like actually like, you know, there's something more here. Like
you need to deal with like Elle said before, with your own shadows, no?
Yeah.
Before we were talking also about these rituals like ayahuasca. I didn't want it to interrupt the conversation, but I was feeling at some point that anything that we open as a portal, any connection we do interdimensionally, we need to do it really from a pure heart. And the people doing it with us need to be with a very pure heart as well, because it's very likely that we call the attention from other energies if we don't do so. So dealing with your shadows so that you can understand that these angels are not there to harm you, that was a process as well. And there are a lot of people who go to these ceremonies and they haven't done their shadow work, and so they bring that to the group. And if people are not aware of how to protect themselves or how to raise quickly the energy when they feel the attack, they become a victim of the situation, because it's not all these people in the past playing with the Ouija table, like this table that has numbers and letters, and the glass is moving. There were so many people in our times that they were playing with that, and just like if it was a game. Well, a lot of people go hunted by doing that because they were not doing that consciously in vibration with the light. Is that the issue? And many of them, they were not closing the door when they were finishing the game. So many entities and many houses have been hunted by other spirits that they were just there doing their own things. But at these days, nowadays, we are aware of all of this. So we just need to maybe just understand that if we go somewhere with someone to something like this, a ceremony like this, just go with somebody, with people that you know, or create a massive high frequency protection around you. Esishita kuruwa tas au kinitita kuo setiti okutu shawa. They were also putting plants around you. I'm remembering now, they were putting plants around the columns as well. And they were blossoming, shakutana, and as they were blossoming, they were putting away things that they didn't belong there. Tate sawata, sachushanawata.
I was actually with a friend because I spoke about my dream, and then I was like, but from what my energy was like after the full moon, I kind of felt like something had kind of hooked into me, even though I was still like doing the things that would raise my vibration, but I just felt like it was deflating really quickly. And then I was trying to explain it. It was maybe not very aware, but I think it's more like a mind thing. But like I was saying, when you're in a high frequency and you're wanting to be in a high frequency, and you're around people that's in a lower frequency, they can, if you don't protect yourself, they can project their energy onto you, even just through their thoughts. Like, or if you go into a room and somebody's like, "Oh, why are you so happy? Like, why can't I be happy?" that's the question. But like, even people's thoughts can kind of penetrate into you if you don't like protect your energy and your frequency and don't let it like lower you, or they want you to come down to like a more comfortable level for them.
Sometimes they want to see you down so that they don't feel miserable. Sometimes they do that without even not wanting to do that, just because they don't know any other mechanism. They are just they got that.
Knowingly, and some people don't like do it like unknowingly. But you could like say having like a really, really good day, and it would be somebody that would just say one comment. Then your mind has got like, you either have control of your mind there being like, or it just goes haywire, being like, why did they say that to me? Like, oh, does everybody think that about me? And it's just like, or you can just say, I'm not accepting that, and just get rid of it. You have to have that conscious awareness of like your mind, basically. And
and when these things happen, like you just experience, it's actually a reminder so that is more present the next time. They keep telling me, you don't make mistakes. They always tell me that you never make mistakes. You just remember from experiencing what to do next, or what to do maybe in a way that you will prevent things like that to happen. But yeah, these times, as they are being very challenging for everyone. Yeah, in the same way that we might be consciously purging stuff, other people, they don't even know that they are purging, and they just explode, or they just send thoughts to someone that they are just a projection of themselves attacking because they are not happy within.
It opens up it like suppose it's like more awareness. Like if they could be more aware, like if they're projecting negative thoughts onto me, then that's giving them an opening to see where they need to do their healing. And but yeah, you can't say.
You can like 80% of the time you cannot say anything.
And a lot of times they're just not aware of it, so they're not aware of it.
Yeah.
You're aware of it, but they're not aware of it.
Yeah,
that's the basic of it. And then I suppose if it's just forgiving, which can, you know, it's forgiving them just to kind of get out of that energetic entanglement as best you can.
Yeah, send them love and forgive them as soon as you can, because that way you don't drag the energy with you.
Yeah.
You just drop it. I forgive you, and then you send them love.
Was the Al what she was saying in her blessing about not being, something about not being around the drama and the gossip, and not getting like your words are being heightened like at this time. I feel like I've been put into situations where I've been around gossiping, and then they're trying to make me join in or trying to ask my opinion, and I just keep completely silent. I'm like, I'm not saying anything about this. I'm just like, oh yeah, like that. Like I'm just, I don't even really agree. I'm just like, okay. But it's like those little traps when you realize it, you're just like, I'm not getting involved.
Very good.
Yeah, they're just bouncing off each other, and that's the way they communicate. That's the way they communicate. That's their communication, and they're just becoming aware of, right, this is their energy. It's unraveling from their way of communicating with each other, where it's creating this or creating that, or and you see beyond it, because there's certain laws then that are created from that, and they're not aware of it, and they're not a level they are aware of it, but then they're not aware of it within this level. But what you become aware of is the laws, because the laws they're universal laws, and when you're aware of the universal laws, you just try your best not to get caught up in it. Like, yeah. That doesn't mean it doesn't always work, but
we do our best.
Yeah. Kuya wata, tuwata, siniwa, shikwa, suwata. To be funny if you actually blasted a lot of light language and them. I was actually thinking about that.
I'm in.
Kuya wata, uwa niya, uwa kuwa, shiwa.
I was like, nothing.
Like, what? Is that Jamaican? Get away, wata, what here? See you away. Hey. What's he saying? He's Jamaican. Get away. Then switch it up. Go ta ya so ya. Huh? Get away.
Excuse me.
I love how the nature and grounding come in, because I have been getting so many thoughts, but then I have been working quite a lot. But I was just like, because it's been nice weather, and I was like, I would love to just go and sit in the flower park and just go and speak light languages, or go and read a book, or just like sit in the middle of the grass and just be. Like, I've been having so many like thoughts like that. Maybe got a few days off. Maybe so me and Jack can go and do something.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, definitely. Shawana, Eiwana. They are not coming for no reason. Those
No.
thoughts are definitely messages, and we just need to manifest them. Do that the movement to manifest them. Takutana, Esawata. My sister and I, we are playing a game that we need to send to each other a photo of our feet grounding in nature every day.
All right.
So we are doing that, and that also helps a lot because that motivates you. If you are at some point in the day, maybe like this week that I was watching a massive long tennis match from Roland Garros, and then I was like, oh my god, I didn't do the grounding today. And then my sister, in that right moment, she sent me her grounding photograph. And then I say, okay, I need to take the bike and then go to the park and just do it. And no matter when, it doesn't need to be during the day. Just go there, stay some time, stay some time until you feel it that you are doing it. There's a wata. Because a lot of people, they just go there, they get barefoot, they stay 5 minutes and they go. Obviously, it's gonna work. It's gonna do something, but it's not going to do the whole thing the same way that if you really ground and you feel the connection and the no separation with anything. Katu tes waka. And the appreciation of the land. Esakuata tes awa. Tikuata. I was telling to the land today, look, I really want to move from here, but it's nothing with you. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm happy with you. I love you, and I honor you. And that was the way that I started my connection, talking to Mother Earth there in this park. Because sometimes when we feel like we need to move or a cycle end in our life and tell us to go somewhere, sometimes we think there is something wrong with the land. In the land, like Brother Wesley say, there is a lot of density in these lands. That's totally correct. Ishawanata or Tushawa. But it's not me being against what is going on here. Not at all. I just feel that my role, my work has been done. And I'm going to another land to do other work. So today I spoke like to a friend, talking to Mother Earth, looking at the grass and saying, it's nothing to do with you, eh? Maybe it was me just needing to say that. And release any guilt that I've been feeling for a while. Every time I've been saying, I want to go from here. I want to leave this area. I've been feeling a part of me like I'm grateful at the same time. Why are you saying that? It has nothing to do with anything wrong.
So, because, yeah, there was a moment, I think it was this week where I was just like, I am not happy here. Like, I was just like, and then I was like, why am I waiting for a house that's just like bricks? That has no meaning to me. And I was like, I'm just wasting my life. And then on the other hand, then I was just like, I should be grateful that I've got a house and that I'm getting a new house and that like this place isn't really that bad. But like at the same time, there's that push where I want to go. And Jack keeps on saying to me, which I just think is absolutely adorable, but he keeps on saying to me that he wants to help planet Earth. So he keeps on going, I want to help planet Earth, and he gets really offended if he sees litter on the ground. He's like, why is that there? And can we go to the beach and pick up? Yeah. But I would just love for him to be more around that kind of environment, you know, like just, so I started looking at like maybe things that we could go and help people on the planet, but I don't know if like, I think he has to be about 15 or something for him to go on his own, but that could be something that could be done when he's, but yeah.
Things also in the meantime you can do things together. Mother and son helping community or doing something.
They're he's wanting to get caterpillars.
He wants to get caterpillars?
Yeah, the nursery's got this tub and he's very fascinated about it, and it's got 5 caterpillars in it, and they're eating the food and they grow like the whole system. And I said to him, I was like, if you're that fascinated by it, then we'll get one for home too. But I was like, Jack, you need to remember that we need to let the butterflies go when
when they come up.
Oh. We have to let them, and then he's like, why? And I was like, because they need to be with the flowers and the bees and everything. And he was like, okay, but don't know if we'll let them go.
Do you know these sort of worms or caterpillars? I think it's a worm that produce silk. Like there are some that they are white, and some of them they have black dots. I used to have thousands and thousands when I was little, and you have to give the leaf. They only eat the leaf from a certain plant, and they are really, really interesting. I will do some research and send you some information, because that might be for Jack a very interesting thing to see, how the worm get in this cocoon created with silk, and then how it becomes a butterfly. But these butterflies, you don't need to put it in nature outside, because they are going to put more eggs, and these eggs will get more worms. So he will see the whole cycle and the whole process. That is like watching a live documentary in front of your eyes. So you just need to get a terrarium and place them there, and so Jack can go every day, feed them, and see how the whole thing is transforming and changing. And that is really an incredible experience that I had in my childhood, and I will never forget. Shuwaka.
Yeah, you
I think Shuwaka. Hawa Tishawaka. I love it. Shuwaka, Tusha. Is your back better, Wesley?
Oh no, my back's fine.
Yeah, it was all the body.
No, it's just like basically it's a part of my dynamics. It just starts working through me, and then I just start realigning certain things. So a lot of it would be kind of connecting up to certain energy points. So that's a lot of what it does. So it's kind of reconfiguration of energetic alignments through my body. So it's running through it, you know. So then all I'm doing is readjusting it.
It's interesting you say.
So
Hatu Shaka.
So that's what it is. It's kind of working through the chambers. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm just working through the chambers. So it's kind of like shifting. So the energy is shifting, you know.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, because in the last 2 or 3 weeks, maybe not in all the gatherings, by many of them, before we were finishing the whole collective transmission with light languages, I was doing that readjustment as well, because I knew that if I don't do it, I wasn't gonna feel okay afterwards. So it's like a geometry structure within you, inside you, that realign in a new, I don't know, level to Wakatawana. I don't know how to put it into words.
It's kind of readjusting certain chambers inside the cellular system reevaluate communication again within other structures to help correspond whatever's going on within the planet. Samuwata kuyawata.
Chukuruaka. Shukuata. Tushukututu shina.
So that's what it is. It starts to kind of readjust, and it knows where to go, you know, and it goes just like a river.
They are saying that this readjustment happened so that more light can be delivered in our planet in resonance with what is happening in our planet. Shatu taraka tuanata sekuata. So it's like we become different channelers all the time by doing these readjustments, Jishuaka tuana, so that we can deliver other I don't know, other type of energies.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's other realignments would happen within current situations, whatever is happening in the planet. It's in a way to do what they do. So then the energy becomes tangible, connective, because it's this interlining base point of information being transferred within that moment. So that was a part of it for me. It was, I got out of my sleep in 2011, and I was just shot across the room when I was living in Toronto. Every night at a certain time, might be like 2 o'clock. The energy just shoot me across the room, and I'm like going. They call it, you know, that some people are like, "Oh, was that painful?" I was like, I was just blessed out of it. I was like, "Whoa, this is real." I was like, "Whoa," but what it was just breaking it all up. So the chest bone started to crack open. I was having all these cracks, like this is cracking, that's cracking, and then everything was just like starting to find its way to break up. It's just breaking its way around, like so it's breaking the structure.
Yeah.
To bring in, just to bring in more light, bring in more information. It's funny.
Shuaka.
Shinawata, tuwata, and I was still living a crazy life too. I was still like, here it was like bringing in all this information, and then it was like crazy, doing the craziest things possible against the limit. But that's the choice, you know. Yeah. Well, the yoga's like it. Like yoga's it's kind of like yoga, but you're kind of doing it to your own sequence of where the energy is going, like. So it's not following any certain patterns.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like free flow.
Not following any posture in particular. No. It's just you just feel what you need to do. Taka. The same way that your hands move with light languages, you feel that you need to move your body in a certain position, and then crack, it clicks.
Yeah. And with the martial arts, it's funny because the martial arts, like even though, like here I am in earthly would say martial arts, but it's kind of the same thing again because it's finding points and it's positioning, so it's readjusting, and it knows the pressure points. So like when I have situations where you might have to use pressure points, so you might have come across someone come at you with you just know the pressure points, so you'll know like from right this say connected here to the thigh, this connected to that, right? If it's decimal, this like it will actually start to release certain energies, and you can start working the body. So it's fascinating. Fascinating because it's not
fascinating.
Fascinating.
Turaka.
Because it's a totally different teaching. Like it's not even a teaching. It's just like it's a direct protocol, really. Yeah, because there's no teaching.
There must be something in that, because I think when you're in free flow, and you're dancing and you're just going where your body's telling you to go, you are fully like present. You're just you're not in control. You're just letting your body kind of decide and let your energy flow. And when we speak the light languages, we're fully present and our mind is open. So there must be like just that essence of presence that kind of goes through your body.
Love and expression.
Yeah. Or the divine, or you could say spirit. So it's like I would get it like when I used to drop in, I used to share some information to Sufis actually. So I dropped in with them, but you see, they're all connected to the divine. That's why they'd even start rocking. Well, they're connecting to the divine, and the intelligence is the same. So you're connecting to the same. It's connecting to the heart. So I love it. If you ever get a chance to, if you're ever near a Sufi thing, or if you ever just maybe pop in there. If you don't resonate with it, pop back out. But if you check it out, it's interesting because you might even notice some familiarities. Even for me, like before I would even have went there, I would have shared information that the Sufis worked with, but I didn't study with the Sufis. So you might find that because it's all connecting back into the divine, it's all about the heart, like, because your heart has the information.
The Sufis were not talking about entities; they were talking about the presence of an energy that is divine. They were always going to the same thing. Tashuka ta Rumi is one of the most famous poets, Sufi as well, and in his poetry talks about a lot about what we are in essence, in what we are in that love expression, and if we understand it that we are that, we just let it flow. And I think we are in that process of unlocking and unblocking ourselves so that we can be more love expression in essence.
Like as Melissa said there now as well, like that's it, like, so it's the dancing, the free flow, and you see it will blend, it'll start to blend, because it's like it's weaving, but it's where I would reckon, I might be totally wrong, but it's unifying the field, so it's connecting back into the same thing, same place it already started. That's why they work. That's why it's kind of funny, because I used to share to them about orders, about they work on certain orders, but same thing again, you would understand that they're working on orders because you're meeting them in an order, because they work in the branches, they work with order, so you would mathematically meet them because you're working. You might be coming from the same order, but you would come from an order that would mathematically match with them. So that is a communication from there, like, but because it's gone beyond is it this or is it that, and it's just connecting back into the heart again. But it's the essence. You're connecting to the divine essence, and it's because they're all doing the same thing. They're all unifying. Unification of the field, like, they're all intertwined with the field. They're going beyond. I suppose on another level, they kind of go beyond density then as well. They're still within density, but then they're going beyond density, gone beyond form. So they're going into the formless.
Sufis also do this dancing where they have like different dresses like skirts, but they are different colors and different layers, and then they start turning in circles, and they are like 3 or 4 guys, or sometimes only one, and then as they turn, their dresses and the colors, they start showing like this underneath, but they just get in circles, turning and turning until they get in trance, and they connect with the essence. So they open the arms like that, and they start dancing, and then they just lose total consciousness and awareness, and they become the connection to that energy that we are talking about, and they don't lose the balance. They continue dancing in the stage, doing that, and it's so beautiful to watch. I remember that when we did this trip to Damascus, and I think I was 14 years old or something like that, and yeah, I saw that show, and I was really amazed. And then when I asked my cousin, who are they? And he say they come from a branch of religion called Sufis. And I was like, wow. And since then I started also looking at at them and what they do and all of that. And then I discovered Rumi, and yeah, I would say there is so much magic on there. And Shuaka.
I remember, I think I came back to Toronto in 2017 for a bit. I think came back to Ireland for a year, 2016, landed back. End of 16, maybe 17. And I was going to do yoga. So I was to do a lot of yoga then. And I could feel this, I could feel the field. I could feel this divine interweaving thing. It was actually coming along. I was coming along on the streets before Bloor Street in Toronto. But on the way up to the yoga, I was like going, this is the Sufi. This is Sufi energy. As in like energy, this is Sufi essence. So this came through my head as a Sufi here anyway. But I like the light language is dialing through, like this is Sufi. And I was like, very interesting, it's lovely. Because I could feel it was blending, it's being transmitted through the streets. And went up to the yoga anyway, and it was your one who was doing the yoga. So she we had a connection, like she kind of said to me, she saluted me, and I saluted her, and she was like, I said, what did I say to her? I said, I can't remember what words I said, but I basically said, you work with energy. I said, you work with energy? And she's like, yeah. She said, she said, I noticed that you're very intuitive. And then I said, she goes, I do Reiki. And I was like, I think it's a bit more than Reiki. And she was like, yeah. And it's just Sufi. And I said, it's amazing because you're here doing yoga classes, but it's been flooded through the streets. So people are walking the thing, and I was like, oh, good on you. And she was like, oh, thanks very much. I don't usually share it to people because, some people might think Sufi or this. So I said, no, it's lovely. Good on you.
It's wonderful. And yeah, it does expand, like you say, when they do this dance. It really feels like they are. Yeah, I just wanted to double check because I didn't want it to give some wrong information. But it is actually considered like a part of the Islam, but it's not that part of the Islam that has been manipulated like the Bible has been and all of that. This is the part of the Islam that has been very sacred. Tachu Kuantanuana. So if you guys are watching this video and you see the word Islam, don't be afraid of that. Just go into Sufism. Search into Sufism, because Sufism is like something aside. It's like part of it, but something that hasn't changed. Something that it is still pure and sacred. Shatuaka.
Yawata. It's lovely. Very lovely.
Super.
Yeah, super lovely.
So here is Sufism might be best described as Islamic mysticism or asceticism, which through belief and practice help Muslims attain nearness to Allah, to God, by way of direct personal experience of God. So you see, it's like it's coming to essence. And I do feel like Sufism has been covered up for a long time because of that, because it's part of the Islam, and people see so many things about the Islam that looks negative, and then they are pulled off from reading more. But yeah, it's amazing. No, these things that they do are really amazing, and it's just the art of experiencing physically the divine. So at the end of the day, we are doing the same, whether we call it Sufism or we call it Buddhism or whatever. We are going in the same direction. Esatuarata chikawaka.
Uruwaka, moyowata, tuwakata. Blending.
Blending, exactly. And dissolving separation. Tanu tuata, kikawata. There are so many things that they still remain sacred in this planet. It's not everything poison or there are still a lot of things that you can look at that you can have amazing experiences and get fascinated about reading or practicing, because Sufism is about you might need to read something, but then it goes hand on hand with practice. Chukwata, chishawata. They tell you need to practice to create the connection. Just because we are in this dimension, takuata chishana, sukuata, haratuata. God is not gonna come just by you being. It's always there, by the way, but you're not going to feel it if you don't open your own door to it. Chakuata.
I was hoping to get, when I was in Bosnia, like the guy I went up with, he actually does some work with the Sufis, even in his own work. And he was on about going to, what do they call it? What they call it? The Sufi, he has a name, they call it a name. Like the building, they call it a name. Can't think of it.
The temple of the Sufis?
Yeah, well, the gathering, they call it a Sufi. He calls it anyway. It's very interesting, the name. Sufi. But in Bosnia, actually, we were supposed to go one night, but I knew he was busy. I said to him that he was too busy. But I was looking forward to
Hadra.
And he called it some.
It's a collective Sufi ritual. What name did you say?
No. This was the Sufi. It was the name of the building.
Okay, it's a building. Okay.
Well, I'll even find it.
Sufi building. Sawija? Sawija is an institution associated with Sufis in the Sufi world.
If I think of it, I'll send it on.
Kanka.
No.
They don't.
I can't think. It's a pretty cool name too.
Because you are not referring to La Mecca, no? Because La Mecca is where all the Muslims go, not only the Sufis, but all the Muslims. They need to go there like once in their lives, and then do a ritual turning around a cube, where they believe that there is a piece of meteorite with the handprint of the Prophet, Shakuata. But it's something different, no, than La Mecca, brother?
No. It's the name's in my head, but I can't think of it. It's just a simple name. It's actually very interesting when he kind of says it as well. This is an Irish dude, like that. He studied with all different practices. Yeah. I'll probably find it. It's in Bosnia.
It's in Bosnia, brother. This building.
It's like what they call it. I heard somebody else saying it. It's like, you know, the way.
Maidan, the Maidan, an education of the heart, revival of Sufism in Bosnia.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name.
The House of the Open Door.
Mostar. Yeah. Is that'll wreck my brain out.
Teke.
But they're slightly different. I think their beliefs, some of their beliefs are kind of slightly different as well. There's slight difference in some of them, which is grand.
Yeah.
That's totally. That's interesting too.
The biggest amount of where are the most Sufis in the world? Sufism is popular in such African countries as Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria, Sudan, Morocco, and Senegal, where it is seen as a mystical expression of Islam.
Yeah, mysticism.
Yeah, we'll find the name. Hatuanata. And there is here a monastery that looks so cool as well. I'm gonna share the screen.
I know. I've had ideas, like, I was thinking if I come across a spot that even you could land in for a month or 2 months, whatever, would be super cool.
In this place, apparently, is a center of Sufism, a monastery.
That looks amazing.
Where is it?
It's in Bosnia.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And look how beautiful is this with the cave there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Water.
Yeah.
Wow. What did you say, Meli?
It's like the color of the water.
Yeah, it's super cool. Wow. Yeah. After practicing Sufism, you just jump over the balcony.
Wow.
Shuaka. That'd be cool. Yeah, apparently it's very look the guys that I mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
And they are in trance. They really get in trance. They're the musicians in the back there. They always play like live. And then they just they start turning. And the ones in Syria, in Damascus, they have different this dress has different colors, and they have like maybe 7 or 10 under the first one. So when they are turning, they become like a beautiful flower opening in different. So super cool.
You know what I see that as? It's like just pure faith and like just surrender.
Exactly.
Just surrendering and just going.
Surrendering with emotion.
A lot of them, they surrender everything. So some of them surrender everything. So they basically kind of surrender everything, really.
Mm-hmm.
They live a part of like non-material worth, really.
Yeah.
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 That's cool. It's cool though. It's a nice vibe.
And it's super cool to watch it, really.
Oh, no.
Because when you're watching them, you get also hypnotized by looking at the show. When the show finished, I remember my cousin saying, "Hey, come back."
Oh yeah, I found it. I found the name. It's called Sufi Teki. I think Teki.
Sufi Teki.
Yeah, I think Teki is the name of. Teki is the name of the building. Like, so the Sufi Tech. Sorry, Sufi Tech. I thought the word was cool when they said. He said, "I'll take it. We'll head away down to Sufi Tech." I thought it sounded cool.
Sufi tech. So Sufi tech is T-E-K?
T-E-K-K-E, I think. Sufi tech. I think. I don't know. The spelling is.
Teke.
Teke.
Teke of Milan. Oh, the Teke of Milan is a kanka, a famous pilgrimage site of the Bektashi order of Sufism. Teke, Teke, Teke. So double K. What is Teke? A Turkoman people living on the frontiers of Iran. What?
Sufi tech.
Here, Teke is the Turkish word for the local meeting and living center of a Sufi fraternity.
Yeah. So.
That's it. So it's a Turkish expression.
Yeah.
The Persian equivalent is kanga. It's commonly used in most of non-Turkic places, obviously. Tishwaka. So kanga is also a teke.
Yeah.
This is so super
Cool.
super cool.
Yeah, super cool.
I had also an encounter when I was working in the city where in Granada. I was working at the time as a waiter, and I was serving tea to everyone who were entering in the tea shop in Tijuana. And there was a very interesting man with white beard, white beard, a big mustache, also like one of these hats that they had dancing. Then I felt so drawn to talk to him, and then when I finished serving all the tables, I sat with him, and he actually told me that he's a Sufism master, and then he started talking about a lot of stuff from the Islam that my father tried to put in my brain, and he helped me to put it out and put it away and see it from that perspective where you don't really box the sense of connecting with the divine in any way or form. Because he say, I don't let your parents put in your brain anything like a structure. Just be yourself and let yourself experience everything. If he was this kind of common Islamic person, they always want to convert you, or they want to persuade you to become also a Muslim. But this guy, coming from the Islam as well, he told me the opposite. He told me, just be you and connect to source the best way you can in your own personal and unique research. Tekiwata tuanata chuaka. Sufism. Chuaka.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely. If you ever come across someone who, if you walk past a building, you feel a calling to walk in, and if they're, I don't know what way could you just walk in, but if you knew somebody, just to witness, yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, hatuacha.
Kawasata wata.
Wata, tiawaka, tawata. This has awakened inside me more curiosity again. Esa wata, because I have gone to the place where they were dancing. it just came to my memory or to my mind this guy who said to be a Sufi master. We've been talking about this for a while, so now it's really like alive inside. Like a part of me is gonna continue this search.
It's very interesting because I lived with a quantum physicist at the time, and he said to me that the first thing he said to me, he said, "Do you practice spirituality?" Or he said, can you give me tips? So he asked me, would I teach him tips? So what do you mean teach you tips? He's just so relaxed. And I said, what do you mean relaxed? He said, I don't know. I said, there's something about you. And I was like, all right. And then he started talking. And I said, it's your own business, but what family, like what we were brought up, what spirituality we were brought up with? And he was like, Muslim. And I said, maybe check out Sufism. And it's funny because the things I shared with him it was just all coming from the field, like, and he was fully convinced that I was studying Sufism, because he said everything I was sharing with him, the Sufis were sharing to him. And I said, you have to remember the conversations that I had with you before you went to the Sufis is one, and remember who told you to check out the Sufis. It's up to yourself, it's your own choice. And then he was like, oh yeah, but he's like, we're the same as Sufis, you must be studying it. I said, it's the same thing again.
It's the same thing, exactly. It's the same thing.
But it's funny because when I would have conversations with him, it would be coming from an order. So I wouldn't actually be speaking from here when I would have the conversations with him. And the same way when I walk in with the Sufis below, I actually remember even before I came into the building, I was sharing some stuff to him, and it flew over his head. And 3 months later, he repeated everything I said, but it looked as if he didn't listen to anything I said. And I said, I will tell you this: it was a sheikh came in from New York. He's like, how'd you get on with the sheikh? And I said, the sheikh. I said the same thing to the sheikh that I told you 3 months ago. What is it? And then I shared it to him. And then he goes, that's amazing. I said, I told you the same thing 3 months ago. But you weren't listening.
He wanted the frequency to hear that. To Shuaka.
But then he was like, whoa, that's amazing. And I was like, 3 months later, it's amazing. I thought that was funny.
It took a while to take an effect on you.
Well,
but yeah, it's something showing that sometimes when you talk to people, they are just not in the frequency to understand what you're saying, and they might remember that 3 months or 1 year later, and then they say, "Oh, do you remember that you told me? That was amazing."
Sometimes it would be their perception viewpoint of a certain person. So if you don't step into their if you don't dress like them, or if you don't act like them, or if you don't act like a certain thing, and they just stereotype you, anything you say will just fly over their heads.
Yeah,
so it's funny. It's very funny. With the quantum physicists was very, very. I told them hook me up the machines. I wanted them to hook me up the machines at the time, and see what was going to come out, which has been very interesting. But if you get a chance, it's something else. It's another part of it. But if you don't resonate with it, walk it in.
Yeah,
walk
like everything else.
And it's the same thing. I think you would even get that. You could even get that with anything. You get that in Buddhism. You could walk into one thing and you're like, don't resonate with this, or anything. You just don't resonate with it.
I like the advice that this master gave me, because he really told me to keep myself always open to everything, and to don't fix myself to any doctrine or any method or anything. He told me just keep yourself open, because that is to be exposed to the essence of the creation. Takuata.
I was just talking about that over the weekend. There was a Lakota, a clown invited me to dinner, actually, from actually speaking, actually. And he told me that, what did he tell me? A super cool fella, no, to be honest. But he told me that, he asked me where they learn stuff. And I told him, I said I explored everything, all sorts of stuff. But he said, you need to stick to one. And I get that, I get that.
Yeah,
but,
I understand that.
But
maybe you can go one step at a time, stick to one, and then once you are fulfilled with that thing, move on and stick to another thing that will become another step in your evolution or discovery. Enetekuata, or remembering.
Well, it's like the language, you're bouncing all the different information at the same time. So it's not just the one, it's just many things. There is just the one, but there's many branches of information.
Yeah.
So yeah. I like that was my journey anyway. That is my journey. So
that's my journey to love. I think it's all our journeys here. Light languages remind us of that, to keep ourselves open. How many beings we channel? Infinite. How many energies we tap into? Infinite. So they keep telling us in one way or in another to keep ourselves open to everything that is. Kakuata esawata. And not create limitations with the mind. This haruata, shu, hua. Hatuanata.
Yeah, it's like I keep on going back to this program that I watched with Morgan Freeman, and he was going through all like the different religions and what they worship and things like that. And I always remember saying that, I was like, do you know something, I resonate with all of this apart from Christianity. And I had something like against the Christianity at the time, but then now that I'm more aware that Christianity as a religion is not what I would agree with, but like there is some aspects of it that I do agree with, because I do think a lot of it's been rewritten and it's more structured and man-made than what it actually was. And then I can mind walking into that cathedral in Bristol and speaking to a man, and then he put me on the spot and he was like, "Are you a Christian?" And I was like, I was like, well, I'm something, but
I'm something.
I'm something, but I don't think I'm Christian. It's like going to church every Sunday, like kind of thing. But I was like, I do believe in God. But
was he pushy?
No, he was actually like quite a nice man. Once they started speaking to him, he was the one that told me about Bath and like told me places to visit in Bristol and stuff like that. But like, it was just when I went into like this small prayer room, and that's where I met him. And then he was like, "Are you a Christian?" And I was just like, well, I'm something. Do I need to be a Christian to be in here? Like,
yeah, you're Christian cops.
Yeah.
Are you the Christian police? Are you the cops or the police? Is this the way it is?
Do I need to show you my passport? My Christian passport?
Uganda as well. So I was kind of like, in my head, I was just like, well, what is your true religion? Like, I wanted to say that because I was like, I don't know if it would be like Christianity in Uganda, but yeah, like I think you just merge what you believe in. Like that's what I've just like I take bits and pieces from everything. I don't class myself like in a category. I just say that I believe in the higher powers, basically. And that Sufi dancing, it's like it just came to my head. You know, when they're dancing and they're in a trance, that's kind of like the image that I get of our spirit guides when we're all like collectively, like in light languages, like they're all like kind of spiraling around us, like really happy and stuff.
Yeah.
So like it is all connected in a way.
Super connected.
Yeah.
And actually, Christianity, like if you look at some of the older stuff, there's a blend that like that's super divine as well. So like, and there's like what it is you going into the esoteric side of it, which actually Sufism is the mystical side. So you're going into the esoteric, or you could say the mystic side of Christianity.
Yeah.
You're tapping into that information, but it's not like within a lot of it's taking the power out of the individual, where it should be putting the power back. And I'm not saying it in a way to manipulate, but in a way to empower them to realize their connection with source, like, or the source within themselves. But
Okay.
the even the format, some of them can be pushy, some of them can be some of them. But I do see a lot of Christians are actually they're awake to a lot of things that a lot of the mass public aren't aware of, and they're speaking up. So it's kind of interesting to see the dynamics as these guys are. I'd say it's since they've been stopped going to church, they kind of started really questioning stuff. So it's kind of funny because we're in interesting dynamics where people that are Christians are kind of really tapping into the awakening as well in ways. So not even going to go into that, but the earlier stuff, like there's like you could get into music. I used to listen to like the old Russian sacred Christian music, and it's like I'd be like, oh whoa, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's just like you could feel the divine running through it. It's like so rich and so connected, and it's sure you can feel at the time period as well, but you can feel their devotion to with their connection. A lot of like the women that are singing like amazing, and even their words, the words, like, so see, like you have to go into the wording too, see, even if the Bible is created, like if you go back to like the wording of the original format of it would be a transmission. So I would imagine there's a transmission, but the transmission would even have been of a different vibration quality as well. So then it's been converted to English. So it's like it's been converted, but then it's been converted to English. So then it's like, it's like you're going through the brain, like, so it's all logical. Anyways, in church, I was falling asleep. I was like, I don't get this. You get the wording. I couldn't get the wording, but if it was like, well, that's what we get in the language. That's why the light language is vibration, and it's from creation. So the languages. So I would imagine the encoded, which was, if it was originally transcripted, or even scripted, I suppose, if he was there within existence, or whoever was transcripted or scripting it, it would have a vibrational quality. But they're supposed to have taken out bits, as you know yourselves. They're supposed to have taken out bits and pieces, and I don't know, there's even bits of where the aliens and stuff will get involved in it. They were all taken out. So, but it's just a vibration. Can you imagine so if there was an original copy, there would probably be a vibrational quality of information being transferred through for the individual to receive the connection through the heart, I imagine. And that would be amazing. But it's not. It's not this English, but it's English. We're listening to it in English, and it's like I used to fall asleep. I was like going, I couldn't even I'd be like this, like Mr. Bean trying to keep his eyes open.
Yeah.
watching in the church. But
and I think, like, you know, back in the times of like Christ, like everybody worshipped the Torah, waiting for the Messiah to come, and then when the Messiah did come, like he was pretty much tearing up the Torah, like because like it had been structured that much, and you're like, you have to do this way, you've got to do this way, blah 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 blah, and then he comes and he's like, you don't need to do it that way. And so like that's basically the way that I see religion now, is like you can take aspects of it, but you don't need to do it the way that man is telling you to do it. Like I don't need to go to church every Sunday to be a Christian. I can just
do whatever you want to do
whenever I want at home.
Yeah. And it's like that with the language as well. You see, when we're transferring or we're speaking the language, there's no attachment really, because it's forever changing and it's forever. You can go into it like you can write out a transmission, whatever, and you could recode it again, or you go through it again 2 years later. You can't get that energy off it, but connection to divine. But it's kind of, there's no real like, that's what I get. There's no real kind of, you know, it's ever changing, it's interchanging, and there's no real structure. There's structure to it, but there's no structure of it.
It's constantly changing. How about that? It's like new, brand new, no? It's like all the time. And what I was getting is that in songs which are religious or prayers that they are also religious, the energy remains because of the intention when that was channeled. So if the intention remains when you translate from one language to another, the energy is gonna be felt. It's gonna be felt and effective. If you translate but you don't put the intention when you are talking these words or reading the words, it loses the meaning. Katatushana.
It's the tangibility of like the living, breathing aspect of what your transmission that you're communicating. That and the other interesting thing is consciousness will be at a different level as well. So the level of then was different to what it is now. So now we're communicating. You know what that. So now
following. Sorry, Wesley, carry on.
No. Totally.
See, when I'm following like prayers to like to God or the angels, and it's like something that's been written down by somebody, I can feel the energy off of it, but I actually feel more connected when I'm just authentically myself. I sit there and I pray, and I might not be saying it in the right way, but I'm saying it from my heart, and I feel so much more connected doing it that way than following something that's been written down for 200 years or whatever it is. But I do feel more connected when I'm more like authentically myself and I'm speaking from my heart. So like when I connect with the God or the angels, I'd rather just do it my own way from my heart than try and follow something like that's been written down.
That's the way.
And you know what? There's value in it all anyway, in different ways. And then there's value in it that you're recognizing that, because then you're further valuing yourself for realizing that anyway. Because it's going back to yourself. Everything else is to go back to yourself. Because that's what we are. We're just connecting to ourselves. We're realizing through other things, whether if it's I'm going to go to Egypt, connect to the Egyptians, or to the pyramids, or wherever. It's all, you are wherever you're going anyway, like.
It's your way of connecting to that essence that we've been talking about, that the Sufis also practice in order to, they do all these things in order to feel it and to connect with it. So yeah, we are finding our own ways to to connect also. Tisha Wata Wanada. And we don't need to call it any name or religion or doctrine or whatever. We are just us. Tiada tuada.
And they're actually, it's interesting because they're starting to realize it. So other religions are actually starting to realize it. Like I came across, I have a friend, she's Buddhist, esoteric actually, Chinese Buddhist, and I ended up sharing some stuff, but they're starting to realize it. So, and I heard of others as well. Like you see it that they're starting to, like, people who are from other religions are starting to even share it, like that. These guys are actually tuning in with these information, and it's, you know, it's all no, like, so they're getting it no, not you know, it's amazing that the stuff that is
as human consciousness is raising, constantly raising. There is a point when they cannot deny anymore. They can just adapt to the things that are changing, and they need sooner or later to accept it, because we are constantly in expansion. And Buddhism also talk about that. Ishawataka.
Yeah, or Suwaka. Yeah, very interesting.
Shuaka.
Suwaka. Kiwaka. It is changing. Yeah. It is.
It's changing that Melissa is creating her own religion.
Yeah.
And I'm creating my own songs, and you, Wesley, also your own transmissions. So we are actually believing in ourselves. Shuakata, Ote, Shawana.
Trusting what you're working with. Trusting with your
Divinity.
Yeah.
Divinity.
Super important. Stubborn ways, but I think that's important too.
Yeah.
I think stubborn. Yeah, not to be manipulated, especially day and age, not to be manipulated.
Yeah, but we are getting to these moments also of discernment, when is part of our rebel side of not being manipulated, but also we can recognize now that when it's us, just us connecting, Katutes Awata, and we recognize that presence of the divinity with ourselves. Takutata Ishana.
This thing's got 10% battery. It's a new phone, so I can't charge it like the older one. Lovely. Yeah, Senewata, Woyawaka, Tanawata. Have a lovely weekend.
You too, guys. You too. Hatu Shuaka. Tawatata. Thank you.
Have a blast.
Bye.
Wow.
Shukuata.
Can't have used this.